Let's face it, there's a lot of resources out there for you to find out information on how to buy your first home. News articles, blog posts, videos, social media, with all the tips and songs and dances about how to buy your first home. But would it help you if I just kind of cut through the noise and helped explain the things that I wish that I knew when I bought my first home? Having gone through the process now multiple times, I've bought in 4 properties. I've helped hundreds of people navigate through the process of buying their very first home, not to mention nearly 500 people through the process of both buying and selling. I think I've acquired a bit of knowledge that I can help share with you, cut through some of the nonsense so that you get to the 3 most critical things that I wish I really considered when it came time to buy my home. Now, I can't remember who said it, and there's been multiple different variations of this. The best deal in real estate is the one that you got 10 years ago. I would argue that the same could be true for the one that you got about 10 months ago. Now, obviously, there are fluctuations in the market, etc., but in my case, when it came time for me to buy a home, I waited so long to figure out what debts I needed to pay down, how much money I needed to save, and then I was so rigid with my plan about how much debt I needed to have paid off and at what point would I be officially ready to buy a home. I was so rigid with price point when in reality I maybe could have afforded a little bit more, and I was so rigid with these sort of parameters that I missed out on some of the market. At the time of me looking for a home, I was looking at properties that were 200 and something thousand, barely 300,000. And by the time I finally settled on a place, I bought a place that was a really nice one for 320,000. You can't get that today. It just doesn't exist. But in that amount of time, how much equity did I miss out on? As I found out, the amount of time that it took me to save, pay off debt, and prepare for buying a home was time that was outpaced by the real estate market. So I'm not telling you to rush into it. If you need to pay off significant debt in order to get your house right, in order to, be able to afford living, then do so. If you need to save up a little bit more money because you don't even have the minimum down payment, then do so. What I will say is this, and the number one rule that I wish I would have applied when I bought my very first home: get in. It's time in the market, not timing the market. Don't wait and try to save up as much as you possibly can so that you can decrease your monthly payment by $60 or $75 a month. Get in, buy the house, let real estate do what it does, which is appreciate slowly over time, and you'll be successful. Let's use numbers from today. Let's say that you're thinking about buying a place and you have $30,000 that you can spend. You can buy a $550,000 home. You're going to have a decent sized mortgage payment, but you can buy a $550,000 home without waiting longer to save an additional $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. Why is that important? If your plan is to wait and save money like my plan was, you better make sure that your rate of savings can outpace the real estate market, because that same $550,000 home in just 6, 7, 8 months is likely to be worth closer to $580,000. So in 6, 7 months time, can you save $30,000 more dollars? If the answer is no, like it is for most of us, then it probably makes more sense to act sooner rather than later. Okay, now this one's gonna be kind of funny. It feels even weird to say, but the thing that I wish I would have known when buying my home, how important the process is. And what I mean by that is most times we're so fixated on how much money do I need and what kind of house do I want, and we forget to think about what goes into the purchase contract. What is the process going to be like once I'm actually in escrow on a place? Some of that stuff gets compromised by not understanding and being so excited when you finally find your home. Let's say you're so focused on saving the amount of money or paying off your debts and you finally got that figured out. And now you're focused on the exact house that you want with the number of bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage and location that you want. And you finally got that figured out. And then you find the one. You find the house that could probably fit your budget, definitely fits the criteria you're looking for, and you're so excited. Now, at your peak level of excitement, it's time for you to make some contractual decisions. You need to decide how long it's going to take for you to inspect the property. You need to decide how long it's going to take for you to get your pre-approval straightened out. You need to decide, is the property worth the amount that you think it's worth, and is it going to appraise at that amount? You need to make some pretty significant decisions in just about 1 or 2 days' time. Knowing what I now know, I would have spent more time preparing, looking at the contract ahead of time, and really understanding what it was I was going to be signing when I finally made the offer. I had a great agent that did take the time to explain to me all of the ins and outs of the contract. However, I didn't really take it as seriously or understand the significant impact that it was going to have when it came time for me to write the offer. So what we do with our clients now now is first we set up a strategy session where we get to learn all of those fun things. What's your timeline? What's your budget? What's the home that you're really looking for? What neighborhood do you want to be in? All of the things that's really fun to talk about and strategize on. And then we set up a second meeting because we want our clients to be prepared and understand the process before they make an offer on their property. The last thing that we want to have happen is for a client to be incredibly excited about purchasing a home, going to make that offer, and then seeing the contract for the very first time and not know what they're even signing. And even worse, they're signing it anyway because they're so excited about the fact that they can buy this new home that they really, really love. So what we like to do is sit down, take the time to explain the process, understand the contract, know what you're going to be signing before it's right in front of you and you're super excited about buying your house. The last thing I wish I would have known, and I do plan on now and help prepare my clients for now, is budgeting in maintenance and updates. Now, this might seem like kind of a no-brainer, right? Like in theory, we understand that when we buy a home, we're gonna have to update it, we're gonna have to maintain it and take care of the property. But what does that really mean? Are you going to have to replace the roof every 5 years? No. Are you gonna have to replace the fence every year? No. But when will you have to do those things? And how do you need to write that into your budget or your financial plan so that you can do it and live in your home without having a catastrophic disaster every time something happens to your property? Because it's gonna happen. It's gonna come up. That's the disadvantage of owning your home, is you're gonna have to deal with certain maintenance things. Obviously, there's plenty of upside and advantages there that we don't have to even go into in this video, but preparing for maintenance is one of the key things that I wish I would have known in my first home. Now, luckily, we didn't run into a whole lot of disaster. Everything was okay for the most part. But now I know that I need to budget every single month. I just kind of create like this little mini impound account, similar to what your mortgage people will do for your property taxes. And I just stash away a little bit of cash and prepare for what I might need to do if something catastrophic did occur, or if just regular maintenance needs to happen to the property. Okay, I hope that was helpful information. Listen, I don't expect that this was brand new info. However, I hope that you understand the concept and the theory behind it a little bit better. If you know somebody that's shopping for a home, they're out there looking, or you think they might be getting ready to get started, then share this video with them. I'm Jeff Goolsby from the Goolsby Group. It's my mission to help people win in real estate. And just by you sharing this video with them, you're helping them win as well. Thanks for watching.